Hi viewers, and welcome back to my channel. And please, if you are yet to subscribe, just hit on that red icon to subscribe, and also touch the notification bell to be the first to be notified whenever I upload a new video. So in today's tutorial, we shall be looking at cutting and sewing of a shape gown with some Ankara patches. So here first, we first fold our fabric into four. You fold into two, then you fold again. But because this our dress won't be having a zip, so you have to fold it equal. And for this, we are starting our measurement from this folded part. But if it were to have a zip, we start from this part. So we are starting from this part so that when we want to cut off, we cut off from this side. So here we take our shoulder measurement, and the shoulder we are working with is 14 inches divided by 2 to give us 7. So we mark our 7 inches here. Then remember to take our shoulder slope, which is 3 inches. Then from the shoulder we take 1 inch for our shoulder slope. Then the armhole we are working with is 16 inches divided by 2 to give us 8. So we mark our 8 inches. So we just connect the line. We take off the shoulder slope this way. Okay, here I will take my bust measurements at this line, and the bust I'm working with is 40 inches divided by 4 to give me 10. And I'll mark my 10 inches, and because I want this dress to have some allowance, I'll put 1 inch for my ease, then 1.5 inch for my seam allowance. Then the waist I'm working with is 36 inches divided by 4 to give me 9. Then I'll add 1.5 9. I'll add 1.5 inch for my ease for the waist, then 1.5 inch for my seam allowance. Then here I will take my hip measurement. Sorry, I didn't show you these lines that I drew here. For this one, the waist is 16 inches. So from the shoulder, you measure 16 inches for the waist, and that is the place that you take your waist measurement. So from the waist to my hip line is 9 inches. So there I will draw my line at that 9 inches. So that is the place I'm going to take my hip measurement. So the hip I'm working with is 43 inches. Divide by 4 to give me 10.75. 10.75. So here I will add 1.5 inch for my ease, and another 1.5 for my seam allowance. So what I have here altogether is 14 inches. So I'll take this 14 inches down to the hem line. So to my hem line, the length I'm using for this dress is 52 inches. So I added 1.5 inch for my folding, making it 53.5 inches. So here I'll just take that 14 inches here. So I will connect the line from the hemline to the hip down to the bust measurement. Okay, here coming back to this point, for us to curve our armhole, just take back our armhole measurement, which is 8, find the half, which is 4. Then here mark my 1.5 inches at this point. At this point, I'll mark 1.5 inches here. So I'll just connect it. Hope you're seeing what I'm doing. Like this. So this one now is for the back. So for the front, you come out here by 1 inch. Mark your 1 inch. Then you connect the 1 inch to this line. Then you check. Then from here, you come out by 1.5 again. So from the half of it, you curve to meet the armhole, to meet the bust measurement. You curve again from the half to that 1.5 inches that you mark to meet the bust measurement. So for the neck, for my neck volume, I'm using 4 inches. So I'll mark my 4 inches. And for the neck depth, for the back, I'm using 1.5, or let me use 2 inches. I'm using 2 inches here for the back. Then for the front, I'm using 4 inches. So I'll just connect. So I'll first of all cut out the back neck, then cut out the back armhole, separate it before cutting out the front part. Okay, now I've cut out the back part, so I'll just quietly separate it. So this is it for the front. I'll just use my bias the neck. for the front and the back. Then I'll join the both shoulders. But before that, we'll first attach our patterns. That is the Ankara that we use to design it. We'll first attach it first before joining the back and the front. Okay, here I'll be using this 3 Ankara fabric for it. These 3 patterns, just working with the patterns alone. So I will use my lining to line it first, then turn it up, iron it before attaching it to this dress. So I will do that for the 3 of them. Then I will then place it the way I want it to be and use my pin to hold it so that it won't shift. Then I'll sew it round to sketch out this design. Okay, now I've carefully biased the neck, and I also did that to the front part. Okay, now this is our patches. I've lined it up, then I made a very little tear here that I use in turning it up. So I'll just use my iron to press it and then attach it to the front part. So here I will just determine the what I will use, the gap that I'll be giving so that it will be in a unique way. So I'll be using 3 inches. So I'll just measure 3 inches from here. Measure 3 inches from here. Then I'll place this one. I'll just use my pin to hold it. So I measure another 3 inches from this point. Another 3 inches here. Then I'll put this one and I'll use my pin to hold it, and I'll do the same thing to the third one. I'll do the same thing to the third one down. So I'll go to my machine and stitch it. So I'll sew it this way. Round. Then I'll do the same to the second and the third one. Okay, now I've carefully attached the 3 patterns at the body of the front dress. So when you are fixing, you make sure that it's at the center. So now I'll go to my machine, join the 2 shoulders, the back and the front, then use the body measurement to join the bodies together. I've also cut out my sleeve. I've done a tutorial on how to cut a basic sleeve and a flare sleeve. So I'll be dropping the link at the description, so you can just click on it to check how to cut your sleeve. I'll just quickly go and join everything up, and that will be all. Okay, this is the ending part of our dress, and this is the down part. As you can see, it comes out very beautiful. I'm sorry I won't be trying it on because it's not my size and not for me. So thank you for watching till the end. Till we meet in my next class. Love you all. Bye.